Hello, today we are going to be talking about how you can expand your capacity to hold more so that you can not only expand to new levels with ease and speed, but you can also experience relaxation along the way so that you can also experience more of the fullness of life, more ease, more bliss, more joy. So when it comes to being able to quote unquote hold it all, first of all, it's not really so much a holding, and we're going to get into that, but it's really expanding your nervous system capacity. So I want you to think about it like when you expand your nervous system capacity, this dictates whether you get thrown off or whether you don't. So think about it like a tall cup at Starbucks versus a venti, right? If you have a tall cup, when you pour things into it, whether that is joy, whether that is success, or whether that is challenges, edges, stress, it's going to overflow, right? So your system is going to get dysregulated. Your system is going to get triggered because it is overflowing. Versus, right, when we take your cup from a tall and we expand it into a venti, you can naturally hold more, which includes holding more joy, more bliss, more expansion, more abundance, but also more stress, more challenges, and more ease. So this is what's important, and it's what is called like your window of tolerance. And you might have heard this expression, your window of tolerance, when it comes to nervous system regulation. So I want to think of like your window as like your cup size, a tall, a grande, or a venti. And obviously we want to make your nervous system as big and as expanded as we can so that it can hold more, right? Because what happens is if your cup is the size of a tall, when these things happen, stress, challenges, but also good things like joy, bliss, success, it freaks out because the nervous system doesn't actually like anything that is new, whether that is good or whether that is bad. So let's say that your cup is the size of a tall and you overload it, right? It gets overwhelmed. Too much was poured in the cup, even though it was good things. It's going to go into fear and it's going to be like, no, too much. And it's going to create resistance. It's immediately going to push it away from you. It's immediately going to say, no, I cannot hold this. This is too much, which is obviously not what we want, right? Especially if you desire to have a baseline where growth and ease and expansion is just normal. So this is why it's really important where your system needs to be expanded from that tall, because when you expand your nervous system, you're able to respond instead of react in situations. You're able to flow without feeling on edge, without feeling hypervigilant, without going into self-sabotaging behaviors, without going into avoidance, right? A lot of self-sabotaging that happens in life and business is because your system actually hasn't been expanded to hold more. Hold more of it all, right? The joy, the success, the bliss, and the challenges and the edges, everything. And so when you expand it, right, you remain grounded no matter what's going on around you. And that is the person, that is the woman who can expand to new levels with ease, faster and easier than ever before. So I really want you to think about this analogy when it comes to a tall versus a venti when it comes to your nervous system. Most people are living with the size of a tall. They're not only living with the size of a tall, they are normalizing the size of a tall, but that's a whole other life. That's a whole other training. They're living with the size of a tall. And that's really limiting because anytime you try to break a glass ceiling, anytime you try to go to the next level, you're either going to spill over because you can't hold it. The nervous system will freak out. It will say, no, I do not want more joy, more success, more bliss, more of anything. This is too much. Or, right, it's going to shut down completely in avoidance. It's not even going to go there. It's not even going to allow you to take the risks. It's not going to allow you to go for it. It's not going to allow you to play bigger because it's already like, this cup is full. I could not possibly handle more success, more joy, more abundance. Because it's not only the fear of more, but it's also what the fear of more means to the nervous system, right? Because it can believe that more, even though when it's good things, means maybe more responsibility, right? More success could mean more responsibility. You might have the belief that it's more work, right? It's more. More is still more, whether the more is good or bad to the system. And so because most people live with this tall-sized cup instead of a grande or a venti, right? They go into that hypervigilance. They go into that avoidance. They go into that shutting down. And then they're never able to expand to the next level because their system has not had that capacity. Now, I really want to highlight what we've been speaking about when it comes to the window of tolerance, right? And expanding your nervous system, is that there is duality to this. So it's not just expanding your system to be able to hold more challenges and edges. It's also your ability to hold more joy, success, and bliss. If you cannot hold more challenges and stress, you could not hold more joy, success, and bliss. All right? You can't be selective. It's not like, yeah, I'm going to only expand my system for joy, but not for success, or only for challenges, but not for bliss. It's not one or the other, it's both. And so what I see is people like, no, I only want more joy. I only want to be able to hold more joy and more success and more bliss. But you also have to be able to hold the challenges that with it, the edges that come with it. So it's always very important to think about this duality when it comes to expanding your system, right? And really growing that window of tolerance, right? Which is the term that's normally used when it comes to this. So the duality of this window is very important. And I want to highlight some examples, right? So we have this analogy of expanding your cup from a tall to a venti. I want you to think about how this can show up, right, in life and business. Because you can hit a new milestone in your business, but then feel like you're dropped back down. You can hit a new level of visibility in your business and drop back down. You can hit a new level when it comes to life and business. Maybe it's like everything's amazing in life and everything's amazing in business. That can be too much. Your system's going to be like, okay, peace out. I don't want any more of this. It's going to bring you back down. This is why people can hit a milestone and then come back down, or hit a visibility and then their system goes into a dysregulated response and they push it away. This is also why people freak out, right? It's that spillover effect. So whether they are like challenges, like navigating a pivot in business, taking on a new business and maybe a new strategy you're using, navigating whatever kind of stuff's going on there, or the success, the ease, the joy, the bliss. I cannot tell you how many women I've worked with where we brought ease into their business and then we actually had to expand their system to normalize the ease because the ease felt new and it felt like quote unquote too much because it was so easy, right? So this is really important because when you expand your nervous system, you expand that window of tolerance, right? We go from that tall to that venti. You don't overflow, the overflow being dysregulation. You don't get triggered. You don't get reactive. And instead, you're able to grow so much faster. The people that blow up, the people that quantum leap, the people that collapse time are people who've expanded their nervous system before the things arrive. Right? Because if we think about it like a venti cup and you pour more stuff in, more success, a little bit of joy, a little bit of challenge, the venti cup is like, yeah, so like I got plenty of room. Like we got plenty of room. You can keep giving more, plenty of room. Versus, right, a cup that's a tall is going to overflow. Right? It's going to feel like this is too much for the system and it's going to stop it. This is super important because it's what you expand into before it happens so that your system can hold it. If your system cannot hold it before it happens, when it does happen, it's going to create resistance. It's going to create fear. And fear shuts down the system. It automatically pushes things away from you, even when they are good things. You'll go into self-sabotage. You'll go into procrastination. You'll go into numbing out or avoiding. I really want you to think about where you've been operating in the size of a tall instead of the size of a venti when it comes to your nervous system. I want you to think about, I notice that when this good thing happened, I went to self-sabotage, or I did this, or I wasn't able to hold it, or it felt like too much. Remembering the duality of this as well. It's holding more challenges and edges, and it's holding more joy, success, and bliss. You cannot have one without the other. You cannot resist challenges and edges, but then say you want more success, joy, and bliss. Both and. And the great thing is that when you expand your system, it does not feel like holding. There is nothing to hold. Remember, the venti cup is just chilling. It's like, yeah, give me more. I got plenty of room. It doesn't feel like holding. It just feels light. It just feels relaxed. It just feels like ease. And your ability to do this and keep expanding over and over and over again allows you to grow at a rapid pace. But if you find that you approach, new edges, new challenges, new levels of things, and your system contracts, it goes into fear. It is literally going to close you off from experiencing your next level. And you don't want that for you, and I don't want that for you. So, this is where sustainability comes in. This is where we create the foundation for success in life and business in a way that feels easeful and relaxed. Speed and ease comes from expanding your system to hold. We're going from that tall to that venti. We're holding the duality of the challenges and the edges with joy, success, and abundance and love and all of those things at the same time. You're no longer hypervigilant. You're no longer on edge. You're no longer selective. You're like, I'll have a little of this and a little of that. You welcome it all in. And as a byproduct, you also then receive it all. So, this is your message to expand your system to hold more. I do have a free training on expanding your nervous system to hold more ease so that you can experience the fullness of life. If you comment venti after this live, I will send you the free training. You'll get a direct link to it. Because this is the step that takes you from great to extraordinary. And this is something that you will not only do once, but you will keep expanding your system to hold more and more and more. The reason I can hold so much, whether it comes to challenges and edges, but also joy, love, and abundance, is because I've expanded my system. And it's what I help my clients do as well. So, like I said, comment venti after this live and I'll send you that free training. It has blown up people's businesses and their lives. Because we're here for the fullness of life, right? It's not just about more success, more joy, more all the things. It's a very full life. So, that being said, you will never look at a tall and a venti cup again. You will think of me after this training now forever. You'll be like, expand to a venti. And I love you guys so much. And I will see you very soon. Okay, bye.